Hello, everybody. This is the first session of TTG Florida Fest 2021. My name is April Hutchinson from TTG, and over the next 40 minutes or so, we are going to be talking about product news, travel trends. We have a great panel of suppliers here with us who will be giving you all their updates and insights and talking about what they're doing to support travel agents in 2021 and beyond. I'm here with Sarah Ashmore, who is Key Account Manager for Attraction World. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Nicola Goldsmith, who is Head of Leisure Sales UK and Caribbean Virgin Atlantic.
Hi.
And for our operator partner, we have Maggie Smith, who is Managing Director of America As You Like It.
Hi.
Okay, so introductions out of the way. I'm going to start by asking everybody about some product updates. So everybody watching has some idea of what the guys are offering, what schedules are available, and just generally where we're all up to, so you have an idea of what's available for Florida. So I'll start with Nicola, please, because we have to be able to get our clients there, of course, when we can. So with Virgin Atlantic, can you give us a brief update on the current scheduling, operations for flights to Florida, how many flights a week, and how this perhaps compares to where you would like services to be, and airports, obviously, from the UK and within Florida?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you ever so much for having me just before we get started. But so in terms of our current capacity going into Florida, we're currently flying out of London Heathrow to Miami 3 times a week, mostly with cargo at the moment. But of course, we would absolutely like to have more, as I'm sure everybody else would as well. Unfortunately, we have had to pause our Orlando service from London Heathrow and also Manchester, which is obviously a direct result of the pandemic. But as soon as the USA gets placed onto the green list, we'll be restarting our services and we'll be looking to try to match our capacity with that ever-growing customer demand. So in terms of the airports that we fly out of, we're flying out of London, Heathrow and Manchester, not right now, but obviously going into the future months, into Orlando International and into Miami International. And we've also got seasonal services out of Belfast and also out of Glasgow for next summer.
Okay, perfect. So usually you would have those seasonal Belfast and Glasgow services, would you? Is that a regular thing in good times?
Yeah, they're summer seasonals. So for summer 2022, they'll be back online.
Great, excellent. Okay, thank you very much. And difficult to say, obviously, at the moment about plans to increase capacity. It's just a case of just waiting to see when we get the sort of the green light from both countries on what we can do with those. Yeah.
Yeah, so we know Florida is a key destination for our customers. We absolutely want to be ramping up flying as quickly as possible, but that ever important getting the borders open is absolutely vital to being able to add more capacity into the market. But we'll absolutely do that in line with customer demand.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. And Maggie, can you give us some insight into the Florida product available with America As You Like It currently for agents and their customers?
Well, we specialise in tailor-made holidays, and while most visitors want to go to Orlando, we offer product throughout the state, including some of the less visited areas. What we offer is ideal for second and third time visitors who perhaps spend a shorter time in Orlando and explore the rest of the state. We have a variety of holiday ideas focusing on one area, but we also have a number of itineraries which do different areas in Florida, and a 21-night itinerary which encompasses pretty much the whole of the state. And we can also discover Florida in a motorhome with us, and for the more adventurous, you can discover it on a motorbike with us. I'm not sure I'd do that, but with a trend towards catering, we have a large selection of homes and find homes to suit whatever guests are looking for. We have included some new itineraries for the Florida Keys and Naples and Marco Island and the Everglades. but as we specialize in tailor-made holidays, we're able to put pretty much anything together that people want. We keep up to date with Visit Florida and all the different suppliers to make sure that all the cleaning protocols, etc., are up to date.
Great. Okay. And the 21-day one you mentioned, that's a self-drive. Would that be a self-drive?
Yes, it is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. And for the motorhomes, they sound fascinating. I think that'd be a great way to get around.
Yeah, it is.
Carry everything with you in your little home on the road. You mentioned some new elements there. Could you elaborate a little bit on any of the new tours or hotel accommodation options maybe, or things that might be coming up?
Well, just for we've done some new tours with the Keys, which has been really good, and with Naples and Marco Island. So those are really good.
Brilliant. Okay. And Sarah, what Florida attractions does Attraction World currently provide tickets to? Give us a bit of an overview.
Yeah, so here at Attraction World, we provide a whole plethora of different ticket offerings for all of our customers. The main tickets that we offer are the 3 main parks, so Walt Disney World Resort in Florida, Universal Parks and Resorts, and SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment. And we offer kind of combination tickets of all of those parks into one ticket, which sell incredibly well. As well as the 3 main parks, we also offer different variation experiences, so Bobby Creek airboat rides, Kennedy Space Centre, iTrolley, passes around International Drive, Wonderworks, Gatorland, and so much more.
Wow, there's a lot of different options there, isn't there? Excellent. And has any of that changed? Is there any new additions or upcoming launches that agents should have on their radar?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really excited to announce that we have just launched a new exclusive Go See Do bundle ticket in Florida, which takes in the Wheeler Icon, Boggy Creek, and also the 14-day iRide pass. And so it's just one ticket incorporating 3 different experiences, and booking this one ticket saves you money versus booking each ticket individually. We're also working hard behind the scenes at the moment. We're working on some more Go See Do tickets across Florida, covering a multitude of different experiences, so covering both beach and city. So we're really excited to launch these new tickets, and if it's anything to go by the support that agents have given us for the Go See Do bundle tickets within our other selling destinations, then it's going to be good.
Excellent. Yeah, it's great to know there's still lots of product out there that can be explored that hasn't come to market yet by you guys. Do you have an idea of price on the newer one you mentioned?
Yeah, it's under £70, so really good savings as well.
Great. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the sort of all-important questions about protocols and any changes and enhancements to the services and the way people are traveling around and what they can experience. Nicola, firstly, from the airlines point of view, can you give us some insight into the kind of things that Virgin's done so agents know and can tell their clients how things are different now?
So we've gone to great lengths to ensure that every single customer who's travelling on board a Virgin Atlantic flight fly safe and they fly well. So from enhanced cleaning at check-in to hospital-grade disinfecting of the aircraft after literally every single sector, the safety of our passengers is absolutely our #1 priority. So in terms of what the customers should expect when they get on board, they'll get a health pack. So every single customer gets one of those, and inside them they'll find medical-grade face masks, surface wipes, and hand sanitizer. When they actually board, they'll find that they're actually tucked inside their blankets, so they'll have a little treat when they kind of sit down on their seats. Our customers have given us really great feedback on these. They love them. We've really tried to consider absolutely every single part of the customer journey, from check-in right the way through to landing, to ensure that we do actually exceed all of the safety guidance, and we continue to really give that excellent customer experience that you'd expect on Virgin Atlantic. Albeit it's behind a mask now, but as we always say, rest assured, we may be wearing masks, but we are still smiling behind them. And if our agency partners do want to get more information, we've got a really in-depth overview of our safety programme on our VS Flying Hub.
Great. Okay, thank you for that. And moving on to Maggie, how do you feel? Give us a little summary of how you feel the in-destination experience might have changed for people traveling into Florida.
Well, I think Florida is pretty much open now, so people can go there. And we work very closely with all the suppliers to make sure the hotels we're using are, clean and are all the protocols are in place. And so as soon as we're able, we believe that people will be safe to go to Florida.
Well, we imagine that plenty of Americans are enjoying themselves, aren't they?
Exactly. Absolutely right.
So yeah, I'm sure they all have the usual kind of procedures in place. And are there any additional services being offered, to agents and their customers in terms of reassurances or any?
Yeah, we'll do that hopefully when they travel, we'll certainly be giving those, that's for sure. We just haven't been able to do so far.
Yeah, of course. And the other key area we talk about a lot is obviously booking and cancellation policies around Florida. All product, of course. Have you all made changes and flexibility? What do agents need to know? I'll start with you, Nicola, first, in terms of Virgin's because of flexible policies where possible.
Yeah, so with the ever-changing pandemic, we've had to have a little look at our policy a few times now. I don't think any of us had expected the pandemic to last for quite as long as it has. But our policy it's simple, it's flexible, and it really does give our customers peace of mind. It is very highly competitive, so it's a great sell for our agency partners. In terms of what the offering is for all bookings that are made before the 30th of April 2022, we are waiving the change fee and we are allowing rebookings. And that's for travel right the way up to April 2023. So it is super, super flexible.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Maggie, what's your policy and flexibility on bookings?
Well, we're as flexible as possible, and we work with everybody and, make sure that they can move their holidays and hopefully they won't have to cancel. Most of them are very gracious and rebook them. Yeah. But we're very flexible with everything we do.
Okay, Sarah, would it be the same for you in terms of when how late into the change?
Yeah, absolutely. We've now also been communicating with all of our trade partners that we're actually offering nil deposits. So bookings can be secured with no deposit, which of course means that agents can then cancel them if they need to do so. There are, the three main parks have extended their use by dates on their tickets. And also we offer free transfers and amendments for any ticket, any date of your customer's choice. And we'll cancel where we can, where our suppliers will let us do so as well.
Okay, thank you. Just to say, I'm seeing a couple of questions come into the chat box. So if anybody watching has any questions they'd like us to try and cover off if we have time at the end, then please do, and I'll keep an eye out and we'll come back and answer what we can for you. Now, nextly, I just made up a word. Next, let's move on to talk about some travel trends so we can get a bit of an idea of how the market's changing. So, Nicola, what trends are you seeing in the way that Virgin Atlantic customers are booking their flights to Florida? I mean, is there a change in ticket class selection? How far out, or what are people booking at the moment?
Yeah, so we're definitely seeing healthy demand for Florida from both our customers and our agency partners, but especially more so for travel in 2022. Unfortunately, I think with the uncertainty around the US borders, we're seeing a lot more people looking to book further out. But we are expecting to see a large spike in bookings once the US is actually open for business and we see them going onto the green list. And actually, that's a trend that we've seen with other destinations as they've moved onto the green list. We've actually seen a big spike in bookings coming in. But what I would say is what we have noticed trends-wise is there is a real, obviously, need for human interaction. It's never been greater. So our customers really are looking for the help and the support of our amazing agency partners to help them just navigate some of the protocols, the restrictions, quarantines, testing. It's never really been harder, has it really, to be able to navigate your way through this. But so I just wanted to say thank you to all of our partners for doing such an incredible job in obviously helping to get our customers on board and getting them off on holiday with ease.
Okay. And what about changes in perhaps ticket class? Do you think people are upgrading because they've had this pent-up demand and perhaps have a bit more in their pocket, some people?
Yeah, I think that people haven't traveled for such a long time. I think they have got a little bit of money in their pockets. They're looking to splurge. We are hearing that they are upgrading both in the air and on the ground, but we are actually seeing really healthy bookings in all of our cabins at the moment. It's a really nice, even spread. I think the biggest trend is really that piece around people looking into 2022. But I think the pandemic is shaping that. I think the confidence is there for 22 rather than right here, right now. But when borders open, I think that's when we'll see the change.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. And Maggie, obviously, as you said, people aren't travelling, but what type of trip do you think people are booking? Has it changed from your memory of obviously how it was before?
We are getting a lot more requests for homes, which is great. And I guess people are looking to do that because they feel they have more space and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of hotels, of course, have kitchenettes and in their hotel rooms, so people are asking for those too. And for some fantastic homes for multi-generational families, which is quite interesting.
Mm-hmm. And are they sort of around on the coast or around the parks or just across the board?
A mixture. I mean, in the Orlando area and around the coast as well. A lot around the coast, but maybe doing 1 week in Orlando and 1 week on the coast.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so that works quite well.
So come to you to think about those lovely villas and so people can feel more private. And okay. And I know you do focus on tailor-made, obviously, but where there is a tour involved, do you think it's smaller groups of people? And would you only focus on sort of smaller tours for people anyway, or do you see a change there?
We haven't really seen, we don't do many large number groups, but we haven't really seen a great change in that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Sarah, which Florida attractions are people showing interest in and looking up for? And do you think that's changed at all? Or what do you think agents need to be talking to their customers about when they're asking them what to do in Florida?
Yeah, I think what we have seen is a change in perhaps booking behaviour, which is kind of down to the parks with their new reservation systems. It means that customers are needing to think further ahead. They're needing to pre-plan, and that lends itself to guests also thinking about what else they might do whilst they're on holiday. So there's certainly a shift in variation on what customers want to go and what they want to see and do. And it helps kind of create a sense of urgency for us on, what guests what they want to book. And that, again, lends itself to more tickets being booked with us.
Okay, so you think people are going to plan their time a lot more, and that's an opportunity for agents to slip into the conversation, and rather than just be, we might do this, we might do that, they're going to be a bit more organised in what they do.
Yeah, I think so. I think experiences are going to be more sought after than ever before, and there's going to be a purpose to travel, and there's a lot of pent-up demand. People have had their holidays cancelled probably 2 times, 3 times, so they've got a lot more time to think about what they want to get from their holidays. They've had more time to save their pennies. So yeah, I think it's a great thing for an attraction ticket provider for guests to think about what they really want to get out of their holiday.
And of course, those big parks, they're still the bucket list and the big dream for people, aren't they, to get on the list to tick off in Florida. So that demand is still definitely there.
Absolutely, yes.
Great. Okay, and let's talk a little bit about whether you see any shift in the kinds of people who are thinking about Florida. Maggie, your customer set, how would you describe your customer set, and has that been changed at all? You mentioned perhaps more multi-generational families, but could you tell us a little bit about your typical Florida customer and whether you see any change?
No, we haven't really seen a great change. Florida is certainly being requested a lot now for 2022, because I think people really like the idea of escaping from here and being able to relax and enjoy the beach and enjoy life generally. They're booking a long way in advance, so that's quite interesting.
Yeah, which shows you how, as we all know, how keen people are to get those plans, to get plans in place. And Sarah, do you see any change, or is it couples, is it families, is it larger groups? What do you see coming through?
Yeah, our partners are actually reporting that, predominantly it's always been a family market, especially for the big parks. But what they are starting to see is a transition, more of a kind of 50-50 split between families and also couples as well.
Okay. And with, Nicola, I guess it's, do you have that kind of insight in terms of whether you see the group size of the booking changing, if it is larger families sort of going, okay, let's all get together and go, or do you have any insight on the kind of people that are booking for Florida at the moment?
So for 2022, again, similar to what Maggie was saying, it's that further out bookings, but we are seeing a lot more family bookings coming in and larger groups travelling. But also we're seeing a little bit of an uptick in people wanting to also travel outside of Orlando and get into the areas of Florida where they can get a little bit more space. So we are seeing that actually there's been a bit of a pickup in people wanting beach holidays that are outside of the Orlando parks. So I think, yeah, in a COVID world, having a little bit more space is also is definitely there.
So again, it's an opportunity for agents to build a lot more into an itinerary suggestion for people to have all the active stuff, and then some beach and relaxation as well. Okay, and do any of you have any data or insight as where people in the UK are booking from, or is it just a good spread of are there any pockets of where you see bookings coming through, or is it just a good spread across the country? Anyone has particular insight? Or
we've had a good spread, but we've sold quite a bit of Anna Maria Island and Sarasota area recently, which is great.
Why do you think that? What's so special about those places?
I guess we did a bit of promotion on that, so that's probably helped a bit. But people love it because the beach there is so huge, and they've got lots of space.
Yeah, as we said, people looking for that space and wide open areas to relax. Yeah, okay. And what about budget? Just to sort of give us a bit of an idea on noticing the difference. We alluded to it a little bit earlier on. But Sarah, do you see bigger spend coming through, or any trends on what people are spending there?
Yeah, absolutely. And what we are seeing, agents are reporting that the average spend per holiday has definitely increased. And again, it goes down to that pent-up demand, customers not being able to travel, so they're able to dig a little deeper into their pockets.
Yeah, okay. And Nicola, you said obviously earlier that all classes are seeing some, decent numbers coming in. But would you be able to share any more on whether people are spending any more, or perhaps give agents advice on, selling that upgrade into people maybe?
Yeah, so I think customers are absolutely desperate to get away. We all are. I think we've all been cooped up for long enough now. So yeah, as I mentioned before, I think having had 18 months of being locked away, customers are ready to splash out a little bit more, and we are seeing a big uptick in people booking across all of our cabins. And similar to what Sarah was talking about, our agency partners are sharing that the spend against 2019 is up. So yeah, we are absolutely seeing trends that they are splurging out on more upgraded products, both in the air and also on the ground. So yeah, we've been very, very pleased with the performance and what our agency partners have been able to do for us.
And similarly to you, Maggie, and perhaps what advice or tips you'd give to agents, because I guess some customers are thinking, oh, I'm not sure if I want to commit the budget. As we said, other people are thinking, I want to, I need to get away. So what do you see as the sort of your average spend trends versus perhaps 19 and earlier?
Our average trends, people are booking longer holidays, certainly. So I think that's I think they've just decided they've got to get out of here when they can and stay away. So they're certainly doing that.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it's certainly to be encouraged, isn't it? That longer holiday where you can have a much richer
yes, exactly.
Because we always obviously tend to be segmented in our 7 and 14 days, don't we? So yeah, it's nice to hear people looking to see if they can spend a bit more time while they're away. Do you have any other predictions for the future travel trends coming up in Florida? Any of you? I'm going to start with you, Sarah.
Well, I think one of the things which I've just touched on is that I think the park reservations are probably here to stay. So again, it's just getting agents to kind of prepare their customers to start looking at reserving their parks earlier, reserving the days that they want to go, and seeing hopefully what bookings coming in earlier for next year and beyond.
Okay, great, thanks for that. So lastly, in our section of questions, let me ask you, each of you, what you have in place to support agents, whether that's any additional online services they can access, dedicated lines, training, all that kind of thing. Nicola, what's Virgin got in place to support agents at the moment?
So we've been very, very proactive throughout the whole of the pandemic, and my fabulous sales team have been working really hard with just very open communication with our trade partners to ensure we've been able to support throughout. We've done numerous webinars on our product. We've showcased our newly revised fleet, and obviously we've been doing highlighting of safety in COVID world, how to navigate your way through the airport, and also just trying to simplify some of those travel requirements as well. We've run various different incentives over the course of the year, and we will continue to do so. So once the borders are open, and as I say, we keep mentioning borders, but that's absolutely critical for all of us, and we'll be able to sort of put more out into the market. And then I guess from a fan trip perspective, we haven't done virtual fan trips because we want to be able to take you all away in 3D. So again, once those borders are open, we are very, very much looking forward to welcoming you all on board and having a good meeting up in Florida.
Great, okay. And Sarah, what do you have in place for trade?
Yeah, so we've been working with OTT to launch a brand new agent-friendly training program to help better educate and engage with our partners. We're continuing to promote our exclusive bundles, which so far are proving to be a great success. We continue to promote our Orlando parks along with the money-saving messages. The tickets, cannot be booked in resort. We're doing a lot of advertising and a lot of communicating via our social media platforms. We have a Facebook VIP agent group. We offer lots of fun engagement exercises and incentives on there. And I think, what we're most looking forward to is getting back out there and seeing people face to face and spreading the attraction wildlife.
Great. Okay, thank you. And Maggie, can you just tell agents what your sort of trade support is available for them?
Well, we're here to help with any queries they have, and luckily most of our staff know Florida really well, so we can help with any questions that they want, and we can do individual training programs for agents if they want to do that too. We haven't done lots of online webinars, I'm afraid.
I know, we'll all be stuck in these little squares for a while yet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I noticed we have got quite a lot of questions, so I'm just going to throw them out there, and if you ladies can answer, great. If you don't have information to hand, of course, we can perhaps try and connect you with whichever agent is asking the question. So I'll start with one from Kathleen, who says, Nicola, I noticed Manchester Airport are opening their Terminal 2 on Wednesday. When your flights resume, will you be operating from there or Terminal 1?
So at this point, we're not sure. We're just working very, very closely with Manchester Airport, and as soon as we can return back to T2, we will do when it's possible. But at the moment, we just don't know.
Okay, thank you. Gary, well, I know, Gary, do you have any knowledge when the US borders may potentially open? I don't think any of you have any particular insider knowledge on that, do you?
No.
We all keep this for our governments to talk to each other, don't we, I suppose. Luke Atkinson is asking Sarah a question. Any thoughts of making prices available to agents equivalent to your Florida ticket site?
It's really difficult because the tickets that we offer, they're commissioned. So we offer our agents the commission on top of the price. So it's a difficult question, really, because the Florida is our direct site, you see. So
yeah, Okay, I'll leave that. I won't probe anymore on that. Cam Jackman is wondering, what flexibility are you giving if clients book and USA doesn't come out of the amber zone and the 7-day isolation on arrival? We did mention earlier a little bit about flexibility, but if you could perhaps reiterate what your policies are around, obviously if someone's booked and is in and the destination remains in the amber, doesn't come off the amber list. Maggie, do you have anything to say to that?
We would let them change their bookings. It's the only fair thing to do. Who wants to quarantine for 7 days? Nobody.
And Sarah, you said earlier that you were being as flexible as possible up to very late dates, didn't you? So you'd have the same approach?
Absolutely, yeah.
Change it, yeah. Nicola, I'll ask you as well in terms of how flexible is flexible up until late in the game.
So bookings made up to the 30th of April 2022, you can change them and you can rebook the travel right the way up to April 2023. So fully flexible. You've got what you need there to help your customers.
Okay. Quite a simple one probably for you, Nicola. Re the mask wearing on the flight. One mask per flight, or do you have to change it? Obviously, it's a fairly remind us of the flight time.
Several. You have 3 masks that you've got enough to be able to change every 4 hours, so they're ample.
Okay. So what is the flight time? Remind us.
9 hours.
9 hours. Okay, great. And just one for me, actually. Do people? This is probably going to sound quite silly, but do people have their own mask, or do they have to wear the ones that Virgin provide for them?
They can bring their own, but we also provide them as well.
Sure, great. Okay. Lisa Russell is asking, I know Virgin has cancelled MCO flights, I think that is, to early August. Are they hopeful of a restart soon after?
Yeah, so we're still working through this. We keep looking at our flight plan regularly. I mean, it's absolutely critical that we get those borders open. I mentioned it before because we can really lock down our schedule then. But right now, every day, travellers and businesses and economies are missing out on valuable time away, and we're missing out on revenues. The whole time that transatlantic corridor stays closed, I mean, we're losing out on £23 million worth of economic value each and every day. So collectively, we've got to continue urging the UK government and the Biden administration to open the borders as soon as possible so we can get our customers back into the sky. But we're going to keep on looking at it and we'll keep on having to make the changes, but we just need those borders open to be able to move down.
Of course, thank you. And Julie Hendrickson is asking Maggie, just to confirm, can agents book through you? I know you mentioned you have the support.
Yes.
Okay. And is it online booking or via phone?
No, I'm afraid it's via phone. It's very old-fashioned, although a lot of people email us.
Yeah, obviously email their quote suggestions over to you. Okay. Do you have a special section of your website for agents or trading?
No, we don't really, but no. They can just email. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you've answered that already. Thank you. I just noticed. So Sarah Watson is asking one for you, Sarah. How does the booking system work for the park? Is it time slots? How long do they get in those slots?
Yeah, so the park passes are slightly different for all of the parks. I know I mentioned earlier about the Walt Disney World reservation park pass system, but as I can see there, Paul mentioning about Universal and also SeaWorld, you can book your tickets and then you're free to use them. There's an extended date on them, so as long as you use them by, I believe it's next year, then you're free to book them.
Okay. And another, so Tracy's asking a similar one. A couple of clients going to Walt Disney World and Universal next year and asking how it works. Have we answered that one?
So on our website, we actually have a link. It's called Know Before You Go, and it details everything, a step-by-step guide of what your customers need to do. But at the moment, yes, they need to book their passes and they have to reserve their dates that they want to travel.
Okay. And so did you answer the one about how long people get in the park?
14 days is the tickets that we have. It's 14 days.
But I think the question is more around how long can the family sort of spend in the park? Is that limited? Do you have like a window, say you can go from 12 to 4?
No, so they can go in and out. Also, there's evening entertainment as well. So the nice thing about it is that guests can go in and out.
Okay, so as long as you enter on that time slot you've been given, you can then have the flexibility from there. Okay. Was Paul's question similar? From Universal Orlando standpoint, reservations are not needed. Is that right?
Yes, so you make your reservation through us, and then guests can. Oh, I'm just having a look. Yeah, no, before you go, Sarah's got it there. But yeah, so you make your reservation, and then guests can travel.
Okay. Oh, you're answering the questions ahead. You're fast, Sarah. You're typing up. We'll get to them. Okay, so yeah, so you just put your website in there, which is great. And Claire is saying, what is the name of the Attraction World Facebook page for agents?
It's Attraction World VIP Facebook group. So please send us a request and we'll accept you in.
Okay. Do you get any special fun stuff for being in that group?
Oh yeah, there's lots of fun things that we do, prize giveaways, incentives, quizzes and things like that.
Right, okay. Do you other guys have a Facebook group of agents who want to become involved? Nicola, do you have a Facebook group for agents or not?
We don't at the moment, but actually I think it's something that we should look to be doing.
Breaking news! Right, okay.
So it's something we'll take away. We don't have one at the moment.
Great, okay. And Maggie, what's your...
I've put myself up for that, haven't I? I just committed myself.
Maggie just wants to speak to people on the phone. Yeah, okay. Okay, great. Sarah's put her list in there, Facebook page in there as well. Well, if nobody has any other questions from agents, if you have anything else, guys, if you're watching, just pop it in the chat and we'll all try and answer it for you. But while we've got a bit of extra, just a couple of minutes, maybe if you can all just give us one of your kind of highlights of something that you perhaps would really want to recommend yourself, or if there's anything else you want to add from the Florida or the parks or the areas, trips you've been on before that are worth flagging up. Sarah, I'll start with you.
We're talking about favourite attractions or favourite places.
Give us your top tips.
Top selling tips or favourite places?
Favourite places, yeah.
Okay, so I would have to say Discovery Cove is one of my favourite places. Swimming with marine wildlife. I absolutely love the Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. So, you know, it's coming up. So anybody thinking about it, go for it. It's an amazing experience. Yeah, but Discovery Cove has definitely got my heart.
Okay. Nicola, what's your top Florida tip?
I just can't wait to get away and get on board and just go to an airport and enjoy the whole experience of travel again. But yeah, no, absolutely looking forward to doing that. I can't wait to get back onto a roller coaster again and just enjoy the Florida sunshine, really. So let's get those borders open. That's what I say.
Yeah. Okay. And Maggie, what's your favourite Florida trip?
I love kayaking in the Everglades. I think that's great.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm going to do that the minute I get on a plane. It might be the beach first, I have to say.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Some people saying customers will want to do as much as possible, and others say they just want to go and chill out.
Exactly.
So obviously, as we know, Florida does all of those things. And just one more question, which you have answered, Sarah, but I'll highlight. Kevin Brett was asking when the Go See Do Orlando ticket goes live, and Sarah says within the next few weeks. Okay, well, that's the end of this session. So thanks for all your amazing questions, guys, and thanks to the panel for your time and updates on what's been happening in Florida and with all your product. So that's the end of this session. So if you would please now click over to the next panel, which is from agents about selling Florida. Thank you.